Hello. We are back. And we are going to make a moss farm. It's going to be a really short stream because I have to go in like 2 hours. So, be prepared. Be prepared for that. Holly, what's up? I'm only going to be streaming for like 2 hours. I have to go. Also, my throat is still sore. And streaming 8 hours a day is probably not helping. Streaming 8 hours a day is probably not. Okay, there we go. What? Wait. I always forget. Yeah, go study for that test, man. Physics. It's a doozy. Anyone online? Nope. Nope, no one is online. Even though Peter posted something 6 minutes ago. So who is going to make the maps for these? Who's going to make the maps? We also need to figure out how to actually make bone meal farm. It should be really easy. I've seen it hundreds of times before, but I've never done it myself. We're gonna do it. These farms are temporary. Temporary, air quotes. We'll do it right here. It's temporary, I swear. Grade 12 exam. Magnets, lasers and light, electric, circular movement, forces, waves, vibrations. You're right, you're right. If it's easy for you, then it is easy. If it's all classical, then yeah, it's easy. Just some simple algebra. Maybe some linear equations. With AI, you can understand things easier. Well, I hope so, because that's an entirely new thing. I have no wisdom about that. I hope so, is all I would say. Questions are trying to trick you. They're not trying to trick you. They're not trying to trick you. They're just showing you something. They're showing you a variation that requires intuition from something else that you've learned. For example, I remember in my physics, one of my physics tests, we were talking about springs, and on the test that we didn't have at practice exam, practice test, what am I saying? We didn't have a problem, homework problem, that had friction, and then on the test they just added friction as another problem, even though we never had it in the homework. Now that wasn't the question that I got right. I don't think anybody got that right. But in the next test, I was ready. It was a conservation of energy question in the next test. And they added in I don't know what they added in, some weird thing. I forget now. I wish I could remember. But I got that one right, the only one in the class. So it's not that it's a trick question, it's just you need to be able to apply everything you've learned and not just remember the homework problems. Which is 95% of the test. And then the extra 5% is this extra. Maybe it's like 90, but also this was a long time ago, so maybe things have changed, and also you're in a different country, so okay, time to make this. Actually, I should make another shovel. It is crazy that thinking critically and applying every single thing that you've learned is only worth about 5% of the test. Easiest bone meal farm. That shouldn't happen. I'm just saying that shouldn't happen. Maybe you're spending too much time on the hard questions. Two by 5. If the hard questions and the easy questions are worth the same, and there's more easy questions, focus on the easy questions. Then also, once you get to university, there are no easy questions. So the easy questions become the hard questions, and then the hard questions become the impossible questions. You wish it was like that? No, you don't. No, you don't. No, 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 no. You thought school was way too easy, but then you can't answer the easy questions? If it's like that, and you go to university, let me tell you, it's way harder. If you like, I don't even know how to compare it. It's just way harder. Hello. This'll do. Easy questions are mostly memorizing. That's Hi, Peter. The easy questions are mostly memorizing. That's like I said. The hard questions become the easy questions, and the hard questions. The easy questions become the hard questions once you get to uni, and the hard questions become impossible questions. You have to memorize the hard questions because there's way more of them. You can't figure it out from base principles on exam day. They teach you the hard questions. Two by 5 and make it 4 blocks deep. Instead of memorizing a fact, you have to memorize a proof. Instead of memorizing a chemical equation, you have to memorize a derivation. Instead of memorizing, you know, who was the leader of Britain during World War II, you have to memorize the I don't know, the reasons why Europe got an economic success after the war. Place a double chest and connect it with a hopper. Do you know what the UAG is? Interesting. The golems are unionizing. Two droppers. Have I ever tried optimizing a farm for my own design? Yes. I make my own farms, but mostly with mods. Here in Minecraft, it's way too technical. And if something is proven, and I know it's proven, I just use the one that's given. I also don't follow the tutorial to the T after the first time. Like the iron farm I built the other day, I wasn't even following a guide, and I made so many mistakes that I had to fix after. If I had followed the guide, I would have just finished it. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's fun to optimize a farm. But also Minecraft, technical Minecraft is so clunky. Tips and tricks for basic physics? I don't know if I can answer that. Tips and tricks for basic physics? Learn the principles. I don't know how to answer that. You have to learn everything. Every concept is usually tied to. Okay, so it's probably split up. Basic physics. I'm just talking about basic physics. Oh, the mindset. But it's. Let me think about this. So basic physics, like classical mechanics, is split up from the concept, the math, and then, you know, the consequences of that. There's the concept you can explain with words. For example, that let's see, grade 12. That do you have relativity? Every rabbit. Do you have relativity on your test? No, you don't. Well, you have lasers and light. So you probably have... You probably have the particle wave duality. Do you have particle wave duality on your test? Electromagnetic. You probably have current and power and work from electricity. Do you have these things? Okay, so that's the concept, right? I can just talk about them and be like, oh, there's, you know, more power is less current with the same resistance or whatever. I probably said that wrong. Hold on. Oh, it's backwards. It's backwards. Here you go. Let me read through this. Let me see here. Eric Meser, Harvard University. I was just actually skimming through this a few months ago. That's why it's right here. The electric field. No, that's not grade 12. Let's talk about forces. 176. Right, okay. You know what? That's perfect. That's perfect. Let's talk about that. 593 electric interactions. So you have electricity. Ooh, static electricity. I forgot all about that. You have charges. Is that right? Is that what you're learning? You have conductors. So you can think about it conceptually. You can think about conceptually. This is happening because electrons are moving in a wire. Well, technically, they do move in a wire, but also the magnetic field is moving in a wire. I don't know what they're going to teach you. I've talked to a lot of people, and everyone has been taught different things in high school, and then in university they actually tell you what's happening. But everyone learns something different in high school that is conceptually correct or simplified. It's enough to let you understand somewhat what is happening conceptually. So that's one way to learn, right? But you're not really learning the real thing. What doesn't change is the math. Math is always the same. Until you get to theoretical physics, then the math is different for the same concept. And that's what we call, like string theory or many worlds interpretation or Copenhagen interpretation. Yeah, so that's the concept. And every concept has math tied to it. And for basic physics, the math is more important than the concept. But also, if you can't explain the concept through the math, then you haven't learned it. So when you're saying, like, learn the principles and then just derive the solution, are you thinking, oh yeah, just learn that energy is always conserved? Well, what does that look like on the math? So yeah, you can remember, oh, energy is always conserved, but then you can't. But then once you get to the test, you have to derive the math yourself from that concept alone. So you have to know the math. I guess my tip and trick would be instead of memorizing the concept and the math differently, you have to understand why the math, you have to derive the math from the concept before you take the test. Yes, understand the math. That is actually that is well said. Understand through the math. If you understand the math, you understand the concept. If you understand the math and don't understand the concept, you don't understand it. A conducting wire distributes charge between two conducting spheres. I'm just reading through this example here. This is one example out of 1,000 pages, by the way. This is what university will get you. So take this sentence. A conducting wire distributes charge between two conducting spheres equally. That's a concept. What does it look like through the math? Alright, back to this. I needed a dispenser. So as you get stuck and start thinking for 2 hours, yeah, that's what you do. That's why you do it. That's why you do it at home, not during the test. And trust me, it's gonna be... Remember how I said you have hard questions in high school? And how it turns into the easy questions in uni? They want you to do the thinking at home rather than the test. Place your blocks like this. God, it was horrible. Because you think, oh, high school is so easy. There's just one hard question. You just skim through the textbook and You have enough to think through the hard question. That's not gonna work. The hard questions have a little bit more marks. Maybe like multiple choice is like 25%, and then short answers are like 25% or 50%, and then one hard question is like 25%. It's just one. But then in uni, the multiple choice is like actually the multiple choice is like 40%. But the thing is, there's like 50 of them. And then there's 4 or 5 really hard questions, and then there's like one question that is super hard. And the hard questions aren't just like, hey, think through this. It's, do you know the concept? Do you know the math? Do you know the derivation? Do you know how these equations, how this equation comes from these other equations that you're given? Firstly, I'm underselling how hard it is. Even the smart students. God. Even the smart students had a tough time. Student gets 100s is disrespectful. I mean, that's just, I guess that's an interpretation, I guess. No, there's one impossible question, because if you get it right, you're a genius. You're literally Einstein. Or you got lucky. And we have to find those students. 3, 4, 5. But yes, memorizing the facts, you should focus on that more because because you want as much time for the hard questions as possible. So it should just be instant, like instant recollection of if there is a negative charge in an infinite plane, what happens to a positive charge when you put it 10 meters away from the negative charge? That should be instant. Two by 5 block. Add 2 depths. Make the depth 2 blocks. That sounds like an interpersonal problem, not an actual thing. Observers. I've never gotten perfect on a university exam. I've gotten perfect in high school tests many times. I had a chemistry test and we were supposed to get the results back. My chemistry teacher it was like it was the class before break, so I was the only one that showed up to review the test, and I was the only one that got perfect on it. And like my chemistry teacher is like, everyone else stayed home, but you're the only one that actually came to class. I remember that vividly. And then we looked over the test and compared it to her example test. And it was basically just, oh yeah, that's right. Your answer is right. And then for every single question, maybe there was a little bit of variations, and on her answers test versus mine. And whenever she read her answers test, I was like, oh, am I gonna lose a mark because I didn't mention some little thing on her answer test? But she was nice. She didn't change my mark. Redstone. It says it happens all the time. I don't know, man. If we got a perfect, I don't think my professors would have fought any of us. But also that's health, and this is physics. If if a physics student got perfect, the professors would be like overjoyed because they found someone who can solve a black hole. Like if a physics student got perfect in the physics department, every professor would be so happy. They have a genius in their school. They have a literal Einstein in their school. But also, that's like you're basing this off of a second-hand story. You don't really know the reality of it. You haven't experienced it yet, so your dad is published. Well, he spent what, 9 years in school? I guess he is a doctor, so my mom and dad are doctors. Making a new type of amino acid. Yup, that's organic chemistry. Thank God I didn't have to do that. That is I think that is way more memorizing. So if you hate memorizing, that might not be for you. But I don't have experience in that, so I really can't say. Only from my friends. It takes 5 years? It's 4 years for your bachelor's degree and then 5 years for your... Like that? 5 years seems too short. Unless it's different in the UK. 5 years. It's short. I don't know what to tell you. They have to study, and then they have to take residency, and then if they're taking specializations, they have to yes. If you start at 18, if you start starting at 18, they will be in their high 30s and 40s. Or maybe 30s. If you have, especially if you have a specialization, it takes even way more time. How long does it take to become a doctor? 10 to 15 years. And and if you want to work in a hospital, you need to take residence. I never wanted to do that, by the way. That's the only reason I did not become a doctor. That sounded like hell. So you get a bachelor's, you can be a teacher in uni. Yeah, you can be a teacher, you can't be a professor. You won't get tenure, you won't get basically just your pay will be lower, way lower. But you probably don't want to be a teacher. You probably want to work in a hospital. You can... I'm really not sure. Actually. Oh, hoppers. How fun. Are you going to be a doctor? Is that what you want to be? What are your chords? Oh. Which direction? Oh. Well, that one didn't have much. I don't think it was abandoned. That guy just had a tree fall on it. Alright, goodbye. What did I need? Oh, a composter. Why is my inventory so full even though I have infinite shulkers? Mojang? Don't ask Jeb because he won't be able to answer. Two more hoppers above the composter. Now you can cover all of this area with the building blocks. Except for this, yeah, that's what I thought. One, two, three, four, five. 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do you think of the poplar orchard? What? It just skipped ahead. Oh, 8. 10 by 8. Wonderful. The path ends too soon? Well, the path is unfinished. I don't know. Probably their seeds. You don't need to have fruit for to be an orchard. They need poplar seeds somehow. Poplar seeds. Poplar seeds. They're tiny microscopic seeds attached to tufts of cottony white fluff that allow the wind to carry them for a mile. So they're the reason why. They're the reason why the ground is white, like snow. They're the reason why you can have those videos where you can burn their seeds off the ground. YouTube Shorts content. That is my answer. There's a line of blocks next to the redstone torch. Place an obsidian block right here, just like so. Wait. Ooh, but I don't want to ruin the lava pool back there. Hopefully I have obsidian. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay. That was on me. I'm probably not going to talk much. I need to preserve my throat. I need to preserve my throat. Hello, doggies. We only have 2 breeds of dogs. We're never going to do the completionist run. What is it with these YouTube tutorials and not telling you what to do? They show you. Shouldn't it be both? Shouldn't it be like place 5 blocks next, place 2 blocks next, place 3 blocks next? But this is not a tutorial. It didn't tell me the concepts in the beginning. I don't actually understand it. This is just a guide. I've run out of cobblestone. Wait. Oh. Piston. Burn from here and place pistons in front. Darn it. Be right back. No more talking. Okay. trapdoors. doesn't this push up? One to 8. What's up, bro? Did I finish my shulker farm? You bet I did. This farm is bone meal farm. Much simpler. Bone meal's a moss block, and get more bone meal from the moss block, and you bone meal the moss block. Infinitely. Which I don't think it's fully automatic right now. It needs to reach a threshold of bones before you won't play this game for 4 months because you have school. You know, play it 30 minutes a day. Play it 30 minutes a day. Ricky Whitehead, why sick? Is on then why then why ask? Twitch, unmute his VOD. Unmute his video. I explain in the detail. Ricky misses Peter. Plant pot, get better soon. Doesn't Twitch have captions? Oh, it's unavailable for my shit. Damn. Bezos, can I have captions, please? Okay, I think this is working now. So while we are retrieving bone meal, why don't we have a nice, relaxing... read. I'm gonna be leaving in about maybe like 30 minutes. So okay, so I asked this question. How big would 1 by 1 be if it was 10k by 10k? How big are maps in Minecraft? 128 by 128. So 10,000 divided by 128. One eight is 1,000 blocks. So that's 100 maps already. $116 would be half that, so 5 by 5. Do the trials and villages and dungeon icons on the regular maps? Oh. Can you zoom out of Explorer map to make it? Be right back. Yeah. Do banner templates change the icon? Let's take a look. Banner template map. Minecraft. Maps, maps, maps. Maps, map, map, men, map, men, map, 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 men. What are maps even? Utilities. Map. Mapping. Banner markers. No, it's always a banner. No. Mojang, you had one job. You had one job. Maybe they'll do it in snapshot 10. They added in all of these new markers with no way to add them to the maps yourself. Look at these beautiful, beautiful icons. Look at these beautiful icons, Mojang. Beautiful icons. White X, red triangle. Woodland mansion, ocean monument. Desert village, plains village. Savannah. Trial chambers, ancient city. All of these beautiful icons, and you can't place them on maps yourselves. Mojang. I don't know, maybe because these icons are not physical things. Desert village, plains village, it's not like a banner. Woodland mansion, it's not like, you know. You know. How to place icons on maps. How to place village icons. Replace village. How to place New icons. We can do it through commands. We can do it through commands, but they should just have a way for you to... Okay, let's go to Minecraft suggestions. New icons on maps. Icons. More banner icons. Always wanted so you could put an iron sword on a banner and it would have iron sword sign. No, that's for banners only. Icons and signs, icons. Map icons. Nobody seems interested in new map icons. Unfortunate. Nobody seems interested. I'm gonna sign in. Why can't I sign in? Latest update has a ton of new markers. I wish we could add them to the maps ourselves. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. New map icons. Upvote. Vote. Minecraft feedback. What is the most popular Goats. Attribute swapping. Do not remove attribute swapping dear Mojang employees. This will cause a big negative feedback on the PvP community. I have no opinion on this. New fruit trees. Now we can find orange, apple, and mango trees on some biomes. New fruit trees? There are none in the game right now. That's right, the oak tree doesn't produce any fruit. But it drops apples. Just like how the poplar tree will drop bananas. Stair slabs, walls made of terracotta. Agreed. Agreed. We'll upvote that one. Make item frames like cushions. Please make it so item frames can be placed on flat on any surface, such as on carpets or trapdoors, similar to cushions. Agreed. Agreed. It's, you know, it's harmless change. Owls in the dappled forest? Sure. Add deers. Now we're going too far. Cats laying on cushions? Sure, that's a simple change, but then also all of my cushions will. It's already annoying that they sit on chests. Calcite stairs and slabs? Ooh, concrete walls. That's interesting, but probably not. Cushions on bed allow you to sleep near monsters. Yeah, no. Make shelf mushrooms generate in other forests? Possibility. It could probably be in the dark oak forest. Add turkeys. And now we're just going into just make a mod for it. Randomize poplar leaf color on placement. Report a concern. No, that's not what that is for. The color of poplar tree should be randomized when placed, not when grown. Oh, I see. He doesn't want to wait. I disagree with this change. Just chop the tree down. Yeah, but it is tedious to chop the tree down. Make straw beds drop one bread when trying to use it in the nether. Oh, okay. Fed by intentional game design. New ores, new armor. Carpets like cushions. Mojang should totally make carpets act and behave just like cushions. So carpets become entities? Yeah, just make every block an entity. A couple of hoppers already slows servers down. Open top hoppers. Slow servers down. Why not carpets? And we're going into see all submitted feedback. Sort by votes. What is the most upvoted thing? Caves updates released. Fruit trees and bushes under review. Ostrich official reply. Jungle villagers. Bed sheets with banner designs under review. Backpacks under review. Shulker boxes, in my opinion, already fulfill the need for more inventory space. No, they don't. They just don't. Having a way to expand your inventory without all this rigmarole. Even just like one extra line or a different inventory window. Maybe they should just make it so that you can open shulkers from inside your inventory, and that's perfectly fine. Seasons. Mob spawning needs to be more balanced on Minecraft. Okay. Revert the 26.2 pre-2 changes on attribute swapping. I don't understand this. What is this attribute swapping thing? On the latest snapshots, you can no longer quickly swap from one item to another and retain its attributes. It was a bug? Oh, a lot of people hate this change. Apparently you can apply attributes from one weapon to another. Thank God. I haven't heard about it, so it must not matter that much. Abandoned castles in snow biomes. Performance enhancements. That sounds so funny. Performance enhancements drugs for Minecraft servers. Different dog species relative to biomes. Isn't this released? Not under review. The happy guest is too slow. It is too slow, but I think the main concern is the edge cases. Opening chests on the ground. Not being able to go downwards. Stop the mob vote. Shouldn't this be released? Okay. How much? How much bone meal do we have now? And we will be leaving. Okay, let's just check. Let's just check before we leave. It's still going. Awesome. A stack in 26. Even more than that, actually. So that means I can do this. I can run to my garden. We've done it. We've solved Minecraft. We've solved Minecraft. Woohoo. And just like that, we've run out. This is why we need farms. Because, what was that, like 10 minutes? We've run out. Hello. Hello. I should probably bring this back. Where did this azalea tree come from? Is it... Is it Hero Brian? What did I need here? Oh, right. Our ships are 3x1 and 2x1 map squares. Could we do 1x4? Or what is it? 1x2? 1 to 2, I mean. Map. Map. 1 to 2, 1 to 4. Yeah, I think 1 to 8 is too big. 1 to 1 is just... is good. 1 to 1 is good. It's just... it's gonna take a while. One to 2 is the default size for a classic level. So... an 80 by 80 map would be just 40 by 40, which is not that big if you think about it. And also, we don't have Elytras. And also, we can have Fog of War on the map wall. It'll be interesting so that we know what is not explored. One to 4 is probably easier though. It'll only be a 20 by 20 map. Will this be a floor map or a wall map? With a floor map, we can place physical banners or physical markers on them. How do the roads look in 1 to 8? Hey, J.A. Films, I wanted to say you look like Ben Crankleshaft from Cars 1. Oh, thank you so much. What do the roads look like in 1 to 8? Oh. Oh. That's not good. You gotta be able to see the roads. You gotta be able to see the roads, man. That's the whole point of a map, isn't it? Donkey. J Films, I'm gonna need you to stop spamming. You've acknowledged your comment already. And it was appreciated. It's almost time to go, and here I am thinking about what to add to my a garden. I should go to the Royal Botanical Garden as inspiration. For inspiration. I had a friend whose dad worked there. We'll do a little side road over here, and maybe there could be like a little hut over here. So there's the King's Road, which is going to continue on. Continue on like here, and then turn a little bit here, maybe even up here, and then turn, meet up with the village, go through here and onwards. But these paths, these secondary paths, are a little more worn. So they're like, how do you call them? The municipal roads. But they're public paths. It's like there was a road in the UK that was overgrown. It turns out it was not a public road, it was a crown road. A crown path. And then they cleaned it up. These are like those paths. Ooh, I know what's missing. My hard cutoff point is 4 p.m. I have a hard out. Firefly bushes, please. Firefly bushes. Do I have any? Yes, I do. Not a lot. Oh wait, can I bone meal these too? Because if I can... Oh my god, everything has just changed. If I can bone meal these. Oh my god, I can grow fireflies from nothing? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay. Can you bone meal everything? Oh. This is why... This is why we need the bone meal farm. Wow, it's looking like a freaking fairy forest. Doesn't it? Okay. Um. Oh, I need them on the river as well. That's why. Peony. Okay, we'll have like only a few of these assorted flowers. Because the gardener would have come in here and trimmed them. So this is mostly overgrown shrubbery. Loves a good shrub. Frick, I just... The Mojang is destroyed. Mojang hates greenery. Heard it here first. Okay, we need tall grass here. And we need like the water plants. And maybe even lily pads. And the hedgerow for the next property. Oh, we need so many things. Is there a way for her to stop a sapling from growing? Because I think it would look cool. String on top? Oh my, that's disgusting. Especially since they made the string more visible. There's no tall grass in forests, are there? Darn. What does this look like at night? I ruined it. Fuck. Quiet on set. From the top. From the top. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, how was that? I just realized the Firefly entities do not show up on the free cam. It's only when you're nearby. Okay, I have to go. I have to go. Goodbye.